How much have I lost on the 2020 market crash? What's up everyone? Today I will be sharing with you how much I lost in the 2020 market crash. I hope you enjoy the video. This should be interesting. Before proceeding, just a quick disclaimer. I am not a financial advisor. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just sharing with you what I did. Alright guys, so I started investing on November 30, 2018 and I just kept putting the money there, right? And then enjoying some growth. And then yeah, for a little while, a couple months I was investing, everything was happy. And then on April, May wasn't the story that the inverted curve and that it was the end of the world, like a zombie apocalypse. Everybody scared me so much that I ended up selling all my stocks, and I sold everything, settling down for a little gain. But imagine if I had sold up here, I would have been the happiest person on the planet. But anyway, I sold down here, as a settle for a little gain. And then a little after, things started picking up again. And now I'm just on the sidelines watching and say, wait a minute, these people predicted the end of the world and then it didn't happen. So slowly I started buying again, and then things were picking up. It's a little bump here. And then October, November, I was investing. At the end of December, the beginning of January, I invested heavily. January, February, right before the beer bug happened, I invested a lot. And then everything was fine. I enjoyed like a 35%, 40% growth, which was great. It's like for every dollar I put in, I was getting $1.40. I was so happy, so amazing, right? And then March, things got really bad. And you see this huge drop here is a 40% drop. If I open down here, and like some days it was negative. When I would tell people, oh, I lost this much, people were like, no, how are you not freaking out? I wasn't freaking out because I had gone through something similar in the past, and selling it was even worse. But in reality, over here, when things started getting bad, and it's not like we never experienced anything like this before, because we had like the bird bug in the Middle East, and it never spread to the entire world. We have the swine bug in Asia, and it stayed there. And we even had the Africa Ebola crisis. But so anyway, this wasn't expected. But at some point, I realized that things were getting really bad, so I sold whatever was still green. And then down here, I realized that it's still not thinking that it could be like result in a 3-4 month quarantine. I saw airline stocks for like 75% off, 80% off. So I started investing. I kept investing, not knowing that they would become actually 90% off. And eventually I was thinking, the worst case scenario, they get bailed because it's too big to fail, right? We can't, a country will not function without people being able to go places. And then the worst case scenario happened. They needed to get bailed. But anyway, eventually, right on here, some days were negative. This is the average 8% profit. And then eventually things started picking up again. And today we are somewhat here. Still a lot of volatility going. And another thing that I was going to say is that if somebody started investing right, because I started back here and I already had experience, like selling is not profitable. And if you think on the long term, I'm thinking long term. This is not an investment that I will need in a month from now or a year from now. I'm thinking more like this is something for 5 years, 10 years, or 20 years, right? So that's the reason I did not freak out so much. If I had gone into panic and sold down here and settled for a negative loss, holy Jesus, that would be a catastrophe. The other thing that I was going to mention is that if somebody's joined, right, like let's say January, so you jumped in when things were down here, and a few days later, the craziest reality happened, and your investment dropped down here, you say, holy Jesus, I'm jumping out of this, I'm never doing this again. But in reality, you know, even though that was very unfortunate, on the long term, 75% of the time, the market is going up. So if you think long term, it could be a great deal, because this almost 40% growth could never be experienced in a savings account. The best savings account, online account, where the bank does not need to worry about buildings and cleaning employees, like they have a much lower cost. They will give you maybe 2% return. So if I'm looking at 2% return or 40% return, I will stick to the something greater, right? So in summary, in the worst part, as you see here, folks, it was a 40% drop, and then it had become similar to a V-shaped recovery, right? And things were picking up, but now it's not looking so much like a V-shaped recovery. It's more like something like a W maybe shaped recovery, and I don't have a crystal ball. I don't know what is going to happen in the future, but please do share your comments, opinions, and your own experiences in the comments down below. I'm also thinking maybe doing a video on my top 10 investments. Um, Let me know if you'd like me to do that or anything else. Thank you so much for watching, and I see you on the next one.